Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Thought Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by Collegedunia.com. Collegedunia is one of India's leading education portals catering to students, parents, and education industry players who are seeking information on exams, cutoffs, student reviews, or applying to colleges. Thoughts on Education initiative is to enrich the user experience at Collegedunia.com and try to bridge the long due gap between the vision of top management and the students or parents. Today, we have with us Dr. Shriram Nerlekar, CEO of Deccan Education Society. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Meet.
With your permission, sir, moving on to the first question of the interview. You have held key positions at education institutes throughout your professional career. So, what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Meet, first of all, I thank you and Collegedunia for having me on this interview at Collegedunia platform.
Yeah.
Yes, as you said rightly, I'm in education for last now 25 years almost. And starting as a lecturer in last 25 years, I could rise up to the position of Chief Executive Officer of a very prestigious organization having a huge legacy in the field of education, that is Deccan Education Society, Pune.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, basically what keeps me motivated to continue with this education and what actually pulls me further in this education is the wonderful dreams and aspirations of a lot of youngsters, our students fraternity as a whole, who are really keen on developing their own future as well as future of our beloved country, that is India.
Yes. So moving on to the next question, being the CEO, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style as?
Okay, that's a quite interesting question. In fact, the core philosophy which I have believed and I always try to follow, sitting on this position of leadership, is bringing a wonderful positive change in every person related to my organization and indirectly contributing to India for the positive change. So treating everybody as equal, dignified treatment to everybody, clear and wonderful opportunities to everybody to grow and prosper, and assigning success to all my colleagues and taking the responsibility of all the failures to myself is a core philosophy which I believe as a leader and try to follow.
Okay, sir. So I guess moving on to the next question. Being the CEO, how do you strategize the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of your institute?
Sorry, I couldn't get your question. There was some break in the voice.
Okay, I'll repeat the question, sir. Being the CEO, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of your institute?
Okay. Now, I will specifically focus on the Institute JS Kothari Business School. Our institute is located in Mumbai, although Deccan Education Society at large has its presence over last 140 years and locations at Pune, Mumbai, various other locations in Maharashtra as well as in Andhra Pradesh, Tirupati. But specifically, let me talk about JS Kothari Business School based in Mumbai, absolutely right in the heart of Mumbai city, that is in Dadar, and absolutely on the Dadar Chowpatty, that is the sea face. Yeah. So it's an amazing location which this institute has got. I would say there is just one compound wall between the institute and the Arabian Sea, having a panoramic view of the ceiling, very famous iconic ceiling in Mumbai. Of course, coming to your question specifically, how do we strategize our program? My simple submission on this question is the contents of the program are very, very carefully designed by us. These contents are specifically industry oriented. My own belief and observation is the management education has undergone and is undergoing a sea transformation, I would say, a paradigm shift, I would say. So traditionally, the functions like finance, marketing, HR, operations and supply chain management were probably at the center of all the programs. They used to be the center of the programs. Now, of course, the technology has changed the entire ballgame. The technology has changed the business models, and the whole world is now talking about data science, business analytics, artificial intelligence, and cyber security. So, as far as the curriculum, the program at J.S. Kothari Business School, the 2 years PGDM program approved by AICT keeps artificial intelligence, data analytics, cyber security as the center point, and they have got its connects with finance, marketing, HR, so on and so forth. So when it comes to program design, we have taken utmost care to make it completely futuristic, industry oriented, and giving a fair opportunity to every student passing out through this rigorous 2 years full-time PGDM program to excel in the industry in upcoming career fields rather than, I would say, the career opportunities which are on the verge of extinct right now. This program clearly offers a wonderful choice-based credit system, and it is entirely an outcome-focused management program. Now, when I say it is a choice-based credit system, we have ensured that the students undergo number of credits as required by the AICT, number one on one hand. At the same time, it's a wonderful blend, I would say, of the core courses and elective courses which students undergo. Students are empowered to exercise their choice as far as the elective courses are concerned. And we also have included the concept of alternative study credit courses through which the students can pursue the courses from outside the institute as well and replace a few credit from the basket of electives. So the contents are designed so carefully that we are really not concerned about some specific marketing of these programs. The contents themselves are taking care of the program. We have ultimate team of experienced, industry experienced teachers, faculty members, industry resource persons. So the entire program delivery is ensured to such maestros in their field. That's my response to your question, Meet.
Okay, sir. So moving on to the next question. The education systems in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. So in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
What kind of advantage you are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do agree with your point of view, Meet, that the education systems in India and abroad are completely different in terms of their orientations and focus. But to me, the greatest advantage of going through the Indian education system as far as our Indian students are concerned is that finally majority of them would establish their career paths in this very country. And so the curriculum which is designed in India, implemented in India, suits Indian situations, suits Indian society at large, and suits Indian industry specifically. And that's my belief, gives a good advantage to students pursuing the Indian program in India for India.
Okay, sir. So moving on to the next question, sir. Any insights into how your institute could be more welcoming to the students of different races or different economic backgrounds?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you properly.
Sir, could you please give us any insights into how your institute could be more welcoming to the students of different races or economic backgrounds?
Okay, certainly. This entire institute basically caters to aspirations of all the students from any part of this country, and we have a complete open philosophy of welcoming every student, irrespective of the region, irrespective of the language, religion, and we have taken utmost care to cater to the students' diversity in terms of their backgrounds, as well as the institute is really very friendly even for Divyang students.
Okay.
So there is every provision made in the institute to cater to the students from all classes, may they be from all regions, may they be from any pocket or part of the country. They would definitely feel very comfortable in this free and open atmosphere here in the city of Mumbai. So that's my response to your question, Meet.
Okay, sir. So, moving on to the next question. When you first came to JS Kotara Business School or DES Education Society, what was your vision of for the university, or has it ever evolved over the time, and how far implementing the vision that you had thought of?
Yeah, it's a very, very important question. I must appreciate you, Meet, for that. In fact, to be very honest, as I mentioned in my first question, Deccan Education Society has got a huge legacy. One of the founders of Deccan Education Society way back in 1884 was none other than Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak. And all of us have heard his name in our schooling education, what kind of huge contributions and positive change he has brought during the freedom fight of India in that time. So, to be very honest, the vision of Deccan Education Society since its inception 135 years ago is providing ultimate good quality education at affordable price to every section of the society without any discrimination.
Yes.
So we have absolutely continued with that vision, and this vision seems to be a timeless vision because there is a lot that needs to be done as far as society is concerned. So personally, I'm really connected and fascinated by this vision of bringing a positive change by spreading a quality education at affordable rates without any discrimination among the students. So I'm trying to carry forward that legacy. That's my response to your question, Meet.
Okay, sir. So moving on to the next question. What do you think are your roles and responsibilities towards the institute and the students?
As far as my responsibilities, role and responsibility, basically as a CEO of Deccan Education Society, my role is absolutely to integrate all the stakeholders in the best and common interest of the students. Students is the ultimate beneficiary of any educational organization, and Deccan Education Society, we at Deccan Education Society are really committed to this goal. And let me very honestly state over here, Meet, that every stakeholder, may the person be the chairman of this entire organization, or down the ladder, even any employee of the organization, they have all this one common thing in their mind, that the student is the ultimate beneficiary. So essentially, my role or a responsibility is to envision the kind of changes that are likely happen in the field of education, that are happening in the field of education, and refocusing reprioritizing the organization wherever it is necessary, and ensuring that all the resources are used in the best interest of the students.
Okay, sir. So moving on to the next question, sir. What are some of the plans that you are currently designing for JS Kothari Business School's international affairs and of the students?
For JS Kothari Business School, as I mentioned sometimes ago, the first thing what we have ensured is absolutely cutting edge curriculum. A very futuristic curriculum which will prepare the students to develop themselves in rising careers, profiles, I would say. We have also initiated all the tie-ups with the industry, giving excellent opportunity to the students in terms of internships and placements, and the great learning experiences domestically as well as a few international academic immersions. So these are the priorities on JS Kothari Business School front.
Okay, sir. So, what do you see as JS Kothari's Business School's greatest strengths?
The JS Kothari Business School greatest strength is basically, I would say, uh, a legacy of Deccan Education Society. We are a part of Deccan Education Society, and our Matru Sanstha, the mother institution, Deccan Education Society, is our greatest strength. In terms of local strength, I would say, as I mentioned briefly sometimes ago, our location is our wonderful strength. We are absolutely in the heart of Mumbai city. It's a very, very prominent locality. It's a plush locality. Uh, our infrastructure is our another strength. Probably we are one amongst very few institutes or colleges having a wonderful playground as a part of infrastructure. Otherwise, in Mumbai city, city like Mumbai, uh, having a open playground itself is a challenge. And we use this strength in the best interest of our students in terms of their overall personality development, giving them exposures to various outbound management training programs, in terms of their physical quotient through activities like yoga, fitness, so on and so forth. So the two major strengths, as I said, is legacy from Deccan Education Society, the support from Deccan Education Society. Secondly, our location and the kind of infrastructure we have built, very accommodative and wonderful infrastructure, is our strength in terms of physical facilities. And the true strength, of course, comes from excellent teachers, committed teachers having wonderful industry experience and the kind of knowledge ultimately they impart into the classes and the kind of difference they bring in the students. So I firmly believe our teachers is our true strength. They have excellent research aptitude and amazing teaching skills. So all kind of experiential and participative teaching learning gives a great learning and academic experience to the students. That's our strength.
Okay, sir. So, this brings us to the last question of the interview, sir. Any suggestions that you would like to give to current youth and the aspiring students?
Of course, there are many such suggestions, but to quickly summarize, I would end up this interview on a very, very positive and optimistic note. I firmly believe the worst that COVID-19 brought in our life is fastly getting over. It's getting eradicated. And fortunately, all these youngsters are at such a juncture in their life that they have amazingly bright future knocking their doors. They will have wonderful times because this country is going to prosper like anything in next decade, and is going to become a hub, I would say, center for the entire globe. So the kind of opportunities the youngsters would get in industry, in business, in the next decade are going to be absolutely, absolutely awesome, and mammoth opportunities they are going to get. So my suggestion to these students is definitely it's a continuous learning they will have to do. Must be very professional in their attitude, and their approach should be a good human being that would take them to the newer levels and next levels, because being a good human being is more important than being a professional, and that is actually these days preferred by the industry as well, that is now more and more focusing on the sustainability of business through various societal welfare things. So that is what I would suggest to these youngsters. That's my response. Me.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, sir. This was certainly an insightful session. So everyone, this was Dr. Shriram Nerlekar, CEO of Deccan Education Society, on the episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by Collegedunia.com. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time amidst your busy schedule. We look forward to interacting with you again once again, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.